Hey, what's going on, social media world? Hey, I am super excited. I hope y'all saw the extension of me. Yeah, that's when I was young and I could move around. Man, happy holidays out there, everybody. Man, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Man, I am super excited about this guest we got. She is an expert in her field. Look, I don't want to overtalk it. I don't want to overtalk too much. Man, she has so much going on. Man, it is a pleasure to have her on. But first off, let me give a shout out to my co-host. Let her say a few words because we know she long-winded. Let her go and get her little information out, right? You know what I'm saying? So we can get down to the meat and taters of this whole video thing. So Melissa, if you would.
Hello, Tony. Hello, special guest. Let me start off by saying I just love your look. You have me over here doing the dance move with y'all to hit the air, the John Travolta and everything. So
Right.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. So glad to be back. Glad to have you here. Glad to talk business.
Yes.
And that's all. Since I've been accused of talking too much.
Right. Yeah. Well, okay, she get like that, but it's okay. This is a platform where we're going to talk a little bit about finances. We're definitely going to talk a little bit about the holidays coming up. And man, I'm telling you, look, I don't want to say too much. So if you would, lovely host at the bottom, Marlene, would you please share some information and let everybody know about you?
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Marlene, and I have 5 YouTube channels. I'm just going to shout them out really quickly. My first main channel is Living Your Best Life, which is my positive, motivating, encouraging channel. My second channel is She Reviews Everything, where I review apps, different items, all kinds of hotels. And then my third channel is Just Relax Now, which is almost to 500. And it's my water sounds ASMR channel. My fourth channel is Marlene TV, where I do talk about prosperity in your finances and in your hair. And my fifth channel is Marlene Renovates and Decorates, where I talk about home ownership and how I'm renovating and fixing my home.
Wow. That's a lot. So look, we done heard a lot about your channel. So let's hear about Marlene. What do you do? Do you work a full-time job? Because I'm like, how do you do all of that? So can you get us a little bit of, not personal, but just a little bit about who you are, your background, where you're from?
Sure.
And I typed your channels in the comments.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, I live in Florida. I do work. Well, it's complicated. Okay. I do work for the man, as I would say, but right. I do in a part-time basis. I'm trying to become a complete full-time entrepreneur, but you got to have a little bit of a supplement until you get where you want to be. So I do part-time skincare technician or esthetician, and I also do part-time as a nursing assistant.
Wow. Yeah. That's great. You got to have energy in order to do a lot of this stuff. But you know what I found out, Marlene, it's a lot about the passion that what drives you. Your conviction drives you. And I just love to have people come on and just talk a lot about what they do and what they love to do. So what has been one of the driving forces really for what you do and how you got started? So a lot of your info, you on a YouTube, you're a YouTube creator. And what has been the main push for you to do what you do every day, so to speak?
So my first channel, it started because I just needed to get things off my chest after my parents passed away. I was a little salty, and I said, if I feel this way, I'm sure other people do as well. So I went to share my experience, what I had been through, and whoever could benefit from it, I said, that would be great, because it was mainly for myself. But then when I found out it could also help to heal other people's lifestyle as well, I was all in for that.
Right. That is so great. You know what? I like the fact that what you said, what you're going through right now can help other people. People hurt And it's always a people that you operate a lot through your pain. And people don't realize that, you can't never get too comfortable wherever you are. You always have an experience that you can share to help other people. So that's a great testimony in itself. And like you say, like the Bible says, it's like your passion and your purpose will you find room for your gift. And I'm definitely, I know all of your pages have a lot of you that you pouring into it. So what was the first one that you created? What was the first page that you
The
created?
first one was living your best life.
Okay, living your best life. That was all personal. That was
Yeah,
about
that's
you.
my personal. That's my baby.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
that's great.
I followed Marlene on Living Your Best Life, and I love her story times. The one that I love most that I heard recently was about your first day of school and how excited you were and everything.
Yeah.
I just thought that was the cutest story. But you have some really good, relatable story times, and I do like that.
Oh, thank
Hmm.
you. Yeah,
This,
but
that's good.
right now I'm trying to focus on my Marlene TV channel because it's my natural hair and my finances channel. And why I wanted to do it because I see that in this world that we live, we don't see many representatives that look like me. And I wanted to show you can look like me and you can have healthy income. You can have healthy hair, and you don't always have to cover up everything, because I think that's what happens sometimes within people who look like us. We think that because we don't see many representations of it, we think that it does not exist. But you can have prosperity in your hair and in your finances if you just take the right steps to fix it.
That is good. That's good. Good. So a lot of people don't know that how we actually met you was actually on YouTube with a lot of your your family. And Melissa, could you share? Because I actually was introduced to you by Melissa. So Melissa, could you kind of share a little bit how you met the team that
Well, you know
Melissa?
what? That's not exactly true. We met Marlene because remember you were doing your mystery
Oh
vacation.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you had everybody trying to guess where you were. And Marlene came through with that Antigua.
yeah.
And but yeah, it's also I think you came to the page as an invite from Pandy, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was our
Yes.
official introduction. She came in and won that prize you were giving out. If
That's
you could
right.
guess
I
where
forgot
you
about
were.
that. We had
Yes. I
a
forgot
few little.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that this is great. So it's always ways to connect with people. Man, look, if you guys don't know, social media is wide open. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of these things are platforms that we can use. And if you got a product or service that you're trying to get out to the world, don't worry about your friends and family. We've all been through it. Friends and family
Right.
are the last ones that are going to support you. But
Mhm.
people that don't know you is where you're going to get the most of your support. And I definitely want to say Marlene and her DTL family have been a great supporter of us on YouTube, man. And we just want to love on them. That's why we had Marlene come on, because she's always had some great financial tips. So, Marlene, let me ask you really quick. You talked a little bit about credit. What have been some of your challenges with finances, and how you're overcoming with your own personal setup? What you got going on right now?
Okay. So I'll just be transparent. When I first started off with my credit, I don't know. I think I was like in a different world. I just automatically thought I just had good credit. I was like, what? I was like, I don't. And there was like, actually, your credit is bad. I was like, what? Yeah, I found out
You
my
like this
credit was,
news to me?
yes. I when I found out my credit was 485, I was hot.
Oh
Oh
my,
yeah.
yeah, that's
485.
pretty
I was
bad.
like, I said, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah. So just with a little bit of work right now, I'm at 600. I just done just a
Okay.
little bit,
Okay.
and it's improved. So I'm on the road to get back, because actually when I first started off when I was younger, my mom put me under her. So I had perfect credit when I was
Mhm,
Right.
18. I
mhm.
had
Right.
850, but because I didn't have the financial literacy to know you got to keep it up, you can't make
Right.
late payments, you can't do charge offs. So that's what happened to me.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Yeah,
And I
that's
think
true.
that's been the common thread for all of us. It's like we didn't really have. I mean, I don't know about you. My dad's credit training class consisted of go to work and pay your bills, and that was it. That was the extent of it. So a lot of us didn't really have anyone to kind of guide us on things like that. Of course, you know, if you charge something, you should pay it, but they don't teach
Yeah.
you what to do if you can't pay it, or how to get it
Yes.
back, or how often you should check your credit, or how do you check your credit, things like that. I
Mhm.
know I didn't find all that out until I was in my 30s. And
Right.
Yeah.
I was like you, when I went to the car dealership, I just knew my credit was gonna be okay. And he's like, "You got a 592." I'm like, "Well, what out of what? Is it 592 out of 600?
That's pretty good. Oh man.
And hey, Edward Smart, I see Edward Smart out there.
Hey, Mr. Ed.
In
Edward.
Mr. Ed.
the
So look, shameless plug about our credit repair system. You know, we this is how we pay our bills as well.
chat.
So we want to know. It's a reason why they don't teach these things in school. They make money off people not knowing. You know, and then say you can say ignorant or lack of knowledge or I just didn't know that. Right now, the information is here. There's no reason why you should have bad credit, but we have a do-it-yourself credit repair system that educates. Most companies are not educating you on how to save your own money. They're going to take the money because you don't know or you are misinformed or don't understand it. So we definitely want to share our My Credit system, which is inside of our membership, will help you understand how to build, maintain, and keep good credit. So many of us wait till we 40, 50, 60 years old and still don't know how this thing works, man. So just knowing how it works is how you can keep your credit scores up, right?
Right.
Melissa, you got any question you want to answer? Because I mean, Marlene is doing it all, man. I'm like, you are like my shero because we all ain't got enough time in a day. But man, literally, how do you maintain 5 pages or 5 groups or whatever you're doing? That seems like a lot.
It's a system to it, but for me, honestly, I have certain days that I just will make 10 videos. And then I edit all those 10 videos, and then I will put them into schedule. So I don't have to worry about. I know that if I make 10 videos, that's gonna last me for 2.5 months. And when
Okay.
I get down to 4 videos, I know I need to make some more because 4 videos will be 1 month if you're going to upload 1 video a week. So that's how I do. I have a day that I upload for each channel. I'll just make content like 10 videos and then edit them and then schedule it so they'll all be available so I don't have to worry about it.
That's pretty good. So you got a system.
Right. That's what I was about to say. It seems like that you're a very organized person. Anyway, is that pretty much your
personality? I'll tell y'all, I think it's a maturity process. I think as I matured and I gained my financial literacy, I also learned how to be organized because I was reading a book on success, and they were saying that if you don't have an organization, a system as to how you're going to keep your money straight, and you're not going to have it organized, how are you going to get more? Because if you can't handle a little bit, how can you handle more? So I said, I have to learn to be clear. I got to know exactly how much I have, when it comes in, what is being taken out, what I'm wasting. So, that causes you to be organized.
This is good.
Let me ask you this. If you had to give your top 3 pieces of advice, just based on your financial things that you've learned in your, course of maturity,
yes.
what would be the top 3 things that you would advise our listeners to do?
Okay, well, the first thing I would say is stop wasting money or giving money away. That was a big thing for me because we all know we got family members that be like, let me have $10. Let me have $20. Let me have this. So I have a limit to where I do that. And I will tell them, I said, you have capped off. I'm only going to give you $50 for the month. I said, you've reached your limit.
You got a
level again next month. Yeah, that's it. I said, you've capped off. Yeah. So that was number one thing. And after that, I learned to stop getting all of those automatic charges on my cards, like all of
Mm.
those things, like automatic 15 here, 10, 25, 30. When I added it up, I had like $300 a month coming out for things that I didn't even need. You got one
Mhm.
thing, $10, 40, 50, this. And when I added, I was like $300. Oh no.
Mm.
So I cut them all off and I made a decision what I really was using. And then now I'm only down to three things that I have automatically being removed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's two.
Yeah, that's
What's your
true.
last?
And I would say that the next one, the third one, I think is really important is to keep a budgeting system. I think that your
That is
budget is really important because if you don't know what you're spending your money on, how are you going to know, what you need to fix? Because sometimes you may be not having enough money to put into investments or other things or doing something to take care of your physical health. If you just look at it, be like, okay, I'm spending too much in entertainment. I'm spending not enough on me, because I think that's an important category. And especially when it comes to people who look like us, we put money into things that's not really important and we don't put anything back into ourselves. And I'm a big believer in pouring love back into yourself. So for me, I would rather have an extra $100 to get a massage and a pedicure than to spend $100 on fast food. That's just me.
Mhm.
That
This is
is a
good,
good point.
man. Oh, man, we getting some nugget. I hope y'all writing some of this stuff down because we got a financial expert down at the bottom. If you can see her, that's Marlene. Man, great information.
Tony, we got some questions in the chat.
Okay.
First, let me welcome Tampa Barbecue Queens.
Hey,
She
Tampa.
tuned in. She says good afternoon. And Marlene, she says there's great info on posting content gems. And that
Hmm.
really is good, what you were saying about going ahead and doing 10 at one time and then
Hmm.
scheduling them out. That was wonderful. Elmer Smart says, I have a question for anybody. Why is it they tell you if you check your credit score frequently, it's not good? You know, Edward, this is just my spin on it. That is kind of a misconception. What I've heard over the years is, don't let people run your credit because every time they run your credit, it lowers your score. Well, I don't think that applies to if you are checking your own score. That's more like when you're applying for something and they're running your score because they're looking at, like, let's say you were looking to buy a car and you went to 2 or 3 different places and each place ran your credit score looking for financiers or whatever. Every time they run it, that's just showing that it sort of that the other one didn't work out. So they had to go to another one and another one. And then if you're looking at this credit report and they saw where 6 people ran your credit for this car and you don't even have a car on your credit history, that kind of deduces that your credit wasn't good.
Hmm.
Like you
Hmm.
weren't able to find anyone that was willing to finance you or whatever. So that's kind of what I take away from it. But a lot of people are afraid to run their own credit because they're afraid it's going to affect their score. But from what I've seen, you checking your own does not affect it like a business checking it. And what do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Yeah. They have monitoring systems. So you'll already know. It's like if I want to buy a truck, I know my credit score is good. I'm going in there beating my chest because I know what my number is. So at some point, you can ask, what are your criterias for the best interest rate? Well, they will tell you, hey, you got to have at least a 760 or your DTI, your debt to income has to be in level. If I know I don't have any debt and I know my credit score is 800, I know I will apply for the best interest rate. So really, when you know what you have, and most people that don't know what they have is the ones that go in and get smacked over the face a couple of times because you're fishing for somebody to take you on. But I know you're gonna take me on if my credit score 800 and I ain't got no debt. I'm gonna let you know what I'm willing to do before I leave there. And if
Right.
You
you
know,
can't do it, the next car dealership will. So you
Right.
have to be confident in what you have and knowing what you have. And when you go there, you let them know what you want. You're in
exactly.
control.
Right.
it always makes me think about this comedian I saw one time, and he was on. That was back when Comic View was still coming on, and he made the comment: if you're at a car dealership and they go back in their office and they stay gone longer than 30 minutes, just get up and go home because they done called everybody down all the way down to Church's Chicken to see if they will finance your car, and everybody has said no.
Yes.
Oh man.
And
Oh, that's funny.
I would say to that also, Edward, it depends on whether they're going to do a soft pull or a hard pull. That's something that I learned recently that I don't think that everybody has that knowledge of. It depends on if it's going to be a soft pull or hard pull, because a hard pull is what's really going to affect your credit. So soft pulls really don't. So I like to ask before they pull my credit, is this a soft
That's a
pull
good
or a
point.
hard pull? That's important.
Yeah. So that's good. So look, I want to touch on something Marlene said now. Here's the thing. Do you think that you can teach discipline? Because most people don't want to know what their finance, they don't want to write nothing down. I really just don't want to know. But it's really boils down to having the discipline to do everything Marlene said. And that's really writing stuff down, know what you got coming in and what you got going out. Like I say, most people just don't want to know. So can you teach discipline to people? Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's like trying to teach people to have good habits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. But the whole thing is that a person has to want to.
They got
That's
one.
the thing. You
Yeah.
you can't make anybody do anything if they don't want to do. It's the same thing like having a gym membership. Everybody can have a gym membership, but are you going to go?
Look, quit stepping on my toes,
Ow.
Marlene. You hurt my feet.
Listen, Melissa, it's not just you. I paid for a gym membership for 3 years and never went.
Oh
Me
man.
too.
3 years. So they got free money.
Free money.
One day I said, did I just give them like $300?
You did. Yes, you
And
did.
you know what? I had that on my list of story times coming up. The title was going to be, I forget what the title was, but it was something to the effect of giving money away. And when you make up your mind to do something, you make sure you really made up your mind. Because I'm like, I know I've done that the backwards way. I'll say, well, I'm going to join the gym because if I'm paying this money every month, that's going to make me go.
Yeah.
That don't work.
It don't work.
It don't work.
That don't work. Look, hey, Marlene, I'm piggybacking on what Marlene said. So, why do y'all think that people are more apt to spend money on entertainment than education? And I'm telling you, I've seen the numbers, and it was sad that people will spend hundreds and even thousands of dollars to get entertained, and to get tricked out of your money. And they're not even looking to invest into education, something that's going to learn and put more money back in your pocket. Why do you think that's so easily obtainable to get more entertainment memberships or just have more of a budget for entertaining than investing in your future and investing?
Yeah. Well, personally, for me, I know I'm going to step on some toes, but I believe that a lot of people don't love themselves and know that they deserve better. And that was the same in my case. I always was taught that maybe, you're poor, you're Black, you're this, and we don't have this. So you start believing the lie, but you have to determine that I deserve better. I want better for myself and the future generations, because I talk about it all the time. Even if you didn't have it as growing up, you can form generational wealth for your family if you make some choices today. And I want to be the person to impact my future family.
That's great. Oh, man, you touching heartstrings now. That was great.
Yeah.
I love it.
The other part would be, you said it yourself, entertainment versus education.
Yeah.
If I sit my 11-year-old down and ask her, do she want to entertain me and have fun, or do she want to educate me and do some learning, which one you think she gonna choose? Wrong people just 11-year-olds with some years added to them.
Yeah.
So it's the same
you're right.
mindset.
And
it's always more fun to entertain than it is to learn.
Right.
And I just want to say one thing, and I think sometimes I'm not trying to step on no toes, like I said.
It's okay.
I think sometimes parents don't show their children that education
Right.
can be fun. And I
Right.
know that was the case for me, because when it came to, oh, here come the bills again. Oh, here come this. So for myself, I had to learn to tell myself that bills is going to make me be responsible. It's going to make me plan for my future, and it's going to affect future generations of my family. So when you look at it that way, as in a
Mm-hmm.
positive way instead of a negative way, you change everything in your life. When it turns positive, you don't really want to think about things as negative. But when you
Right.
stay in the positive, yeah, when you think about prosperity, yeah,
Yeah.
then that gets you excited.
Yes, yes.
I
This is
100%
good.
agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a
This is good. You
mindset.
know, that's one of the things that made me. I don't know if y'all saw the ching ching thing. I know people are really addicted to music, and really you
Mhm.
can hide a lot of messages in the music. I think Jay-Z came out with something that talked about
Mm-hmm.
money, and
Mhm.
I
Right.
think sometimes you're right. We have to infuse that and make it fun and make it exciting. Cause my daughter can come down here and ask me, Daddy, why are you so excited talking about wealth and money? You know, kids may not really do what you do, but they watching. So I'm
Right.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that some of my energy and some of the words that I speak can rub off on her. And you're right. Sometimes you have to make it fun, make it entertaining, and make it exciting for other people to want to be a part of it. So that's what I do. I try to bring the energy. I try to bring some music, whether it's mine or not. I know I can't sing. I rap a little. Well, Melissa know I can rap. I done beat her a couple of times. But anyway, that's another
Oh,
story. I just try to keep it fun. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't help it. I really couldn't help that. Melissa, I couldn't help
Marlene,
well,
look
I
here.
know it. That's why I didn't say nothing. I was like,
You know, the male ego is very fragile.
it.
So
Yeah,
yes.
we're going
Mhm.
to let you
yeah,
run
that's
with
good.
it.
Yes. I just want to say one more thing, Tony. I think sometimes we have to believe that our circumstances is better than we can imagine. And I think we get stuck in looking at our situation sometimes as we'll never be able to overcome. But if you think about something exciting, what for me, what was exciting, I just paid off four of my debts.
Yeah, it's good.
And it was,
That is exciting.
yeah,
That's
And
and
great.
it's underrated. People
yes,
need to get that feeling. That's like a high.
yes, it's a
You
Yeah,
pay
high.
something off.
And I said to myself, what's exciting to me now is that I don't have to work full time anymore.
yeah,
I just went to part time.
yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
for
That's great.
me, that's something that I'm showing my nephews and my
Yeah,
nieces who are younger than me, like, Auntie, you home 2 days a week now? I say, yes. I said, when you make good decisions with your finances, you don't have to work as hard. And she
hmm
was like, I could tell in her little brain that she was
hmm
like,
Wheels turning.
yeah, the will. She
yeah,
was like, okay, so if and she said, okay, Auntie, because she just got her bank account. She's 5 years old,
hmm
and she got a
Oh,
bank account. But I told her, I said, bank account ain't the way to go. So we're gonna work on her.
you right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
To
are so
me,
right.
that's my personal
See
opinion.
what I'm
Bank
talking about?
accounts ain't the way, but it's teaching that baby. Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I
And
love it, man. I knew we had the right one on Melissa. I was a little down when I didn't hear
yeah,
from
she
you,
got to come
but I
back.
said,
She got
boy,
to come back.
maybe one day we'll catch her. But this is great. Great information
Yes.
that you're sharing with us, Marlene.
Thank you.
We
I
Right,
appreciate it.
appreciate
because
it.
I liked where she said bank is not the way to go, because that'll
Yeah,
take us to a whole
No,
nother
it's not the
conversation.
way.
So we
Not
yeah.
the
need you
way.
to come back so we can expound on why banks are not your friend.
Okay.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, this has been a great show. Hey, we're right up. We're approaching Melissa. You ain't get. We done went over 10 minutes. I apologize, but the
No, we did
information was
not.
so good.
We didn't
Huh?
go over. We're
We
at
didn't.
29.
No, we're right at 30.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
good,
started
good, good.
10
Y'all got to
minutes
keep me
late.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I can talk
started
all.
10 minutes late,
Man,
mister.
Melissa will talk all day. I'm just glad somebody watching. And man, this has been great. Man, I got a
Yes,
couple of
thank
notes.
you,
Marlene,
Marlene.
Yes, I enjoyed it, y'all.
yeah, this has been good. So, hey, look, anybody got any question before we leave? And we always want to do a call to action, and we want to leave out with some positive comments from any of the hosts on the panel. So, anybody that you can
Hey,
see.
we got Elena Mays that popped up down there
Hey,
in the
Elena, that's
comments. Hey,
home team,
Elena.
home
Home
team.
team.
Yeah.
But I don't see any more questions. So
Okay.
No more questions.
Okay. Good deal. Okay. Marlene, would you like to lead
with
lead
some
off
final
with
words.
Anything inspiring or?
Well, I just want to say to y'all, don't because it's a video that I'm making. Don't let your past determine your present. You know,
Very
and I
correct.
think sometimes that we allow difficulties in our life, and finance, everything, to determine how we live in our present. But you have to remember you're in control of that. So if you put in the hard work, you can change not only your life but your family's future generations as well.
That's awesome. Okay.
You are
Good
so
deal.
inspirational.
Thank you, though.
Tony,
It
you need
comes
to
from
work
the
on that.
heart.
I need to work on that.
I need you to be a little bit more inspirational.
No, I'm staying in my lane. I'm the energy guy. She's inspiration. And what are you?
I'm the glue that holds this thing
Yes,
together.
we
Okay.
need glue.
All right, come on, MK. Drop something on us before we leave here.
Well, I just want to thank Marlene for coming through. It is so nice and refreshing. I'm sure not just for us, but for the people who tune in and listen to get a different perspective on things sometimes. Because, you know, me and Tony, we sing the same song every week. We just change up the genre. But it's always nice to have another voice to come in and blend with us. As his title said, the holidays are coming up. So, you know, I hope everybody survived Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I had my finger was getting that little twitch to it about that mouse yesterday on Amazon. And I had to just slap it and turn it off. I was like, step away from the computer. If you didn't need it before today, you may not need it now, but I did order a few things. But hopefully everybody survived the shopping season. I hope everybody stays safe. Another shameless plug. Tide 9 Essentials are still here for your hand sanitizer needs. Please go to tide9essentials.com and order your hand sanitizer today in 2, 10, and gallon sizes. And that's all I have, Tony.
Okay, great. I want to thank both of you for coming on, especially Marlene and as you, Melissa. In my closing, I want to say never
I'm an afterthought, Marlene.
underestimate. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. Never underestimate you or your story. Somebody is always watching and willing to listen. You never know what words come out of your mouth can help encourage somebody. So I just want to say, just be positive, be inspiring, be encouraging. And until we meet again, thank you all for coming on, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Nice job on the inspirational finish. I like it.
You guys have a great day.
Y'all have a good week.
All right.
Back
Bye
Thursday?
bye.
Back Thursday?
Back Thursday.
Okay.
All right, y'all. See y'all later. Okay.